about to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for.
Salam alaikum, my loves. How are you today? I hope you're all doing well, inshallah. Today I'm going to be showing you a video of how to make Moroccan harcha, membessa, as they say in Wujda. Big up to the Wujda crew. Woo woo! Okay, all is good, alhamdulillah. I've got my candle burning. I've done the washing up. I've had breakfast. So here we go. As you can see in the clip here, I am just clearing away the dishes from last night. They've all been washed. It's the last thing I did before I went to bed. So I'm just emptying the dishwasher, putting everything back and tidying my workspace. It's always important to have a clean area to work in. Otherwise, it's chaos from the get-go. As I say to my children, if you take it out, put it back. If you open it, close it. If you use it, put it away. Simple. If you live by these three rules, you can't go wrong. Okay, so just putting my plates back. As you can see, I like everything white. Mashallah. It's just easier if I break something or something's chipped. It's much easier to replace if it's all white. Okay, so this is my version of how I make harcha. It's the way my mum taught me. My mum's also from Wujda, and it's yeah, I suppose it's trial and error. You evolve as you grow, and this is my version, and this is what works for me at the moment. Okay, so I use coarse semolina. Coarse semolina always when you're making harcha. Do not use fine. It just doesn't taste the same. Okay, as always with any cook, you measure by eye. So any mizen, as they say in Wujda. But if you do need measurements, then I think I've used about 4 cups in total of coarse semolina. Okay, in Morocco they sieve it, but here it's all quite bug-free. Don't think I've found any bugs yet. Okay, so I'm just going to get out my tagine. So this is a heavy type of, I suppose, cooking. I'm not sure how to explain it in English really, but it's just a heavy pan that you can cook a harcha in, and this one is from Morocco. I'm just measuring salt. I think I used just under I suppose 3/4 of a tablespoon here. And I add a little bit of granulated sugar, or you can use caster sugar, just a little bit, just so it goes nice and golden. Okay, you can omit the sugar, it's not necessary, I just like it, it gives it a nice golden colour. I also like to use unsalted butter. Okay, again, I haven't measured here, but I think I use perhaps 2/3 of a cup of butter. I'm just about to pop it into the microwave. I always put the butter into a container, it just saves splashing about in the microwave. Nothing worse than having to clean up an eruption of butter or milk in the microwave. Okay, so once you have taken the butter out of the microwave, pop it in with the other ingredients and add vegetable oil. I'm using about 2/3 of a cup here. And then you need to really start to rub that all into the semolina, so the salt, the butter, the oil and the sugar. You just almost like you're making a crumble, so rub all of that into the semolina well, and then we're going to add water to bring it to a soft dough. The issue here is that the coarse semolina does tend to absorb the water, so if you think you've got enough, and then you let it stand for 5 minutes. You will find it's gone a bit firmer, so always over add extra water. So you need it soft, basically. It's quite difficult to explain, but I'll try to show you what you need to end up with. Once you're happy and it's all incorporated, you might want to taste there's enough salt and sugar at this stage. Okay, 30 or 40 seconds should do it. Okay, I'm just rinsing off my hands. That semolina gets everywhere. Okay, here I need to form it into a ball now. So what I would advise is actually use a cup and slowly pour instead of a tap. It's just that I'm used to doing it, so I use a tap slowly. There's nothing worse than making it too runny. Okay, let's just bring it together. So I'm using my hands to feel the texture. I want to bring it into a soft ball. As I said, it does absorb, so add slightly more water than you may need. I will try to link, if I can, my Ete Moroccan tea video that I uploaded yesterday, but I'm not quite sure how to do that yet, so bear with me. If I can't, you can just have a look under my channel and find the video for Ete. You can see I added a little bit more water here because it wasn't quite together enough. Okay, try to handle it as little as possible. You don't want to knead it or anything. Just bring it to a ball. Okay, so just tidying away, doing the washing up as we go. As I said, I like to tidy as I go. Okay, as I said, clean as you go. I'm just about to fill up a kettle so I can make Moroccan tea. Just put some eggs onto to boil. I like boiled eggs with my harcha in the morning, or just generally for breakfast in the mornings. Here is the different types of butter that I use. The one I'm showing you now is called semolina. That is a really intense kind of butter used for lots of Moroccan savoury dishes such as barkoukash or shorba. My mum makes it. I don't know how to make it, but I'm sure I will learn. Okay, so here I am just coating a surface. I've used a plate actually with quite a good generous amount of coarse semolina just so it doesn't stick. You will find if you don't put enough coarse semolina onto the surface it will stick and you will end up in a right mess. Believe me, I've been there. Worn the t-shirt, as they say. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just patting it down gently and trying to make a circle shape. Oh, excuse me, Siri. Okay, so I'm just making a circle shape and adding more semolina to the top and rubbing it in just so it smooths out the top surface as well. See, I'm patting it down, trying to keep the edges from breaking up. Okay, just filling any gaps here. And the motion I'm using to make the circle should take away those rough edges. Okay, I'm just going to speed up this clip. And there we go, all done. Okay, and just the semolina does get everywhere, so you'll have to wipe away all your worktop spaces. We will get covered, I'm afraid. The downside of using semolina. Okay, what you will have to do is twist the tagine around every now and again so it goes golden evenly. Can you see I've put a small circle with my finger in the middle? That just makes sure that the harcha cooks evenly throughout. And sometimes if you don't put a hole in the middle, what happens is it's quite doughy and it doesn't cook in the middle. Okay, you've just seen me flip the harcha over because I wanted the other side to cook, but I will show you later on in the video any much easier way of flipping it over than that. Just going to add a few nuts onto the table. Today I think I'm going to go for almonds and Brazil nuts. I'm not sure what they call Brazil nuts in Morocco. I have no idea. Very good for you, very healthy. It's customary that you have a few different snacky types of food on your table, especially if you're hosting in a Moroccan household. So I've just got a few olives. They're quite salty. They're only from the supermarket. I prefer to get my olives from Morocco. They're less salty. But beggars can't be choosers, I'm afraid. Okay, so every now and again I'm just twisting the tagine just to make sure it cooks evenly. The flame is a sort of low, moderate flame. You don't want it too high because it will burn on the outside and not cook in the middle. So this is the easier version of flipping your harcha. Okay, I just wanted to show you an easier version. I normally just flip it like you would a pancake. And here's my tagine from Wijda. Woo woo! So Wijda is on the northeast side of Morocco, which can be found next to Algeria. Okay, so you can see it's not quite cooked golden enough for my liking. Just like my toast, I like it almost medium coverage. Okay, so I'm just going to put it back just to cook that bit further. Just flip it back, mind your fingers. Very, very hot. Okay, got my tea on the go. I'm just brewing it. I've added my mint as I did in my previous video, and I will add the sugar shortly. Okay, what I've done here is I always boil eggs and I leave them in the fridge. We eat lots of eggs in the family. I'm just marking the eggs that I've already cooked, so they're yesterday's eggs, just so that the new ones don't get mixed up. So I'm just so that I can ensure dates and use by, and that I'm eating the oldest eggs first. Okay, then pop them in the fridge until I need them. Probably have one each this morning. Harcha is quite filling, so you won't need too much to eat. Okay, and alhamdulillah, tabarakallah, mashallah. Here we are. So here is the harcha. I hope yours turns out well. Happy harcha making. I like to add butter on the top of mine, or Philadelphia cheese. Today I'm going to go for butter and honey. You can also break up the harcha, which I may do in another video, and just like a crumble, and add butter and honey to eat it with a spoon, or you can just chop it into sections like this and dish it up in individual slices. Okay, in Morocco we always have cumin and salt with our eggs. So hubby and I have consumed just about half. That should keep us going until lunchtime.
وكي جاك حرشة يستاهل يوتيوب ولا والو